The Soul's Plan from All Grace. Greetings. This is the one you've known as Jesus the Christ. The fact that grace guides you on your journey within the illusion is a sign of great benevolence and love. You've been given programming and free will to shape this journey. But importantly, you've also been given a plan, a divinely inspired destiny, and grace, the shaping hand of God, to deliver that plan and help you fulfill it. This plan was developed by your soul with the help of non-physical beings before you entered this lifetime. It includes lessons, talents, gifts, opportunities, and certain destined events and meetings with people with whom you have soul agreements. Your soul's plan is a blueprint, but without the details spelled out. The details are filled in by your choices and also determined by the circumstances in which you find yourself. For instance, if your choices led to you living in a particular city, then that location provides the setting, environment, and people your soul must work with to bring about your plan. These circumstances were not known by your soul prior to you being born. Although certain things are predetermined before birth, such as your parents and your place of birth, how your life will play out and where is largely unknown to the soul. The soul has to play it by ear and arrange the opportunities, lessons, meetings, and other circumstances to fulfill your plan as best it can within the existing conditions. As a result, your soul must be in touch with you closely throughout your life, which it does through the heart, the intuition. Grace's primary means for shaping and steering people's lives is through the intuition, which works surprisingly well. People respond quite easily to their own intuition if their mind doesn't interfere, and also to intuitive nudges to do and say things for others. People quite naturally deliver messages to others, especially if the one delivering the message has no self-interest in the matter or opinions about the person the message is for. As a result, grace often works through disinterested or unrelated parties. Someone unknown to you tells you something or does something for you that changes your direction or even your life. This happens all the time. Fortunately, there are many ways your plan can be fulfilled. How that's done specifically is generally left up to free will, but grace intervenes to bring certain opportunities and limit others. Grace is like a hand that puts certain people, opportunities, and information in front of you, which you can say yes or no to. If you say no to an important opportunity, grace may provide another suitable one or arrange circumstances that help you see the benefit of saying yes to the original opportunity. Grace can be very convincing. It can make certain opportunities difficult to dismiss and certain directions difficult to pursue. This hand of grace, which arranges and prohibits certain events in your life and in the world, is more of a real force than you may realize. Although I would never suggest that people are puppets in relation to this force, there are strings on you that get pulled from time to time, although you can always go against them. These strings are pulled by non-physical forces. Their job is to manage the comings and goings in life in a way that keeps them moving in a particular direction according to everyone's soul's plan, the larger plan for Earth, and the even larger plan for the whole. There is both free will and something controlling the unfolding of your life and life in general. You fit into a much larger picture, a much larger unfolding, a design. Your life has a design within the greater design. However, exactly how these designs unfold is in no one's control, because everyone's free will is determining this. The number of players affecting how things unfold is beyond imagination, as everyone on earth is a player as well as non-physical players in other dimensions. Just think, everyone on earth is a player in your destiny, and you are a player in theirs. It would be even more accurate to say that everyone who has ever lived on earth has been a player in your destiny, but even that doesn't begin to cover it. The larger game plan involves players you have never imagined existed, as the whole within which this unfolding is taking place involves not only Earth, but also other planets within your universe and an infinite number of other universes and dimensions related to those. Fortunately, you don't need to be aware of or understand anything other than your immediate corner of the universe. That is what you're here for, your particular life and experience. This life of yours is being guided by extremely wise and benevolent forces. You are in good hands. The hand of grace is eminently intelligent and wise, far beyond your imagination, and you are honored and loved so deeply, also beyond your imagination. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you only knew how treasured each and every one of you are. If you don't know how loved you are, it is more difficult for the hand of grace to operate in your life. If you are very lost in the illusion, in believing you are not lovable, not loved, or alone or abandoned by an uncaring world or universe, you won't be able to take advantage of all the opportunities and abundance available to you. You won't recognize or be willing to receive what is being offered. When you're lost in your fears and feelings of not being good enough, the reality you experience is a scary and limited one. You filter out anything that doesn't fit your negative perspective. You filter out the positive in life and look right past or misinterpret the helping hands, kind words, encouragement, gentle nudges, and out-and-out gifts that life, grace, is offering you. You fail to see the goodness in life. When you're lost in the illusion, non-physical forces allow you to have that experience until you've had enough and are done choosing it, however unconscious that choice might be. Because they honor your free will, non-physical forces will not interfere in your choices. When you're lost, these forces still try to help you see the truth about your situation, but they can only do so much to help you as long as you aren't asking or looking to them or to others for help. Without their help or the help of others, the primary means of awakening you from the illusion is the suffering caused by the illusion itself. Here are some examples of how grace operates in people's lives. Your father's friend helps you get your first job. You don't have the money to go to college, but you're able to get a loan. Yes, grace works through governments and banks too. Your aunt gives you enough money to pay your rent for a few months while you look for a job. Your friend needs a roommate at exactly the same time you need a place to live. Someone offers you another job just when you were thinking of leaving your old one. You always wanted to go to Europe, and then a friend invites you to go along with her family. You read about something and realize you'd like to learn more about it. You have a health problem and you run into someone with the same problem who's found some answers. You don't know how to do something, so you search YouTube and find a video that shows you. The universe provides, but sometimes you have to find your way to those resources, in which case you'll be led intuitively. A friend gives you her ticket to a concert because she got sick, and you meet the love of your life there. These kinds of things happen in everyone's life, often. How many have happened to you that you simply ignored or said no to or didn't take full advantage of? Life is made of such opportunities. They come out of the flow regularly. This is life happening to you and for you. Life is so benevolent that if you miss an opportunity that's significant to your plan's unfolding, you'll be presented with it again or with some other opportunity. Life says, "Okay, how about this then?" Grace allows you to make whatever choices you make, all the while presenting you with many possibilities to choose from. These possibilities and all the pointers to them from other people are the hand of grace in your life. They are not random, meaningless occurrences, but a meaningful part of a greater design. That's not to say that everything that happens to you is part of your design. People have free will, and when they're choosing from their egos, the opportunities or suggestions they offer will not necessarily be aligned with your plan. Egos have their own agendas, which are only sometimes helpful to your plan. Out of the flow come both opportunities from grace and opportunities from egos, whose free will choices affect you and may influence you in directions not in keeping with your soul's plan. The most problematic ego of all is your own. Your egoic programming has its own ideas about how life should unfold, how your life should look, what it wants and needs, and how to go about getting that. Your free will in the hands of your ego, instead of surrendered to grace, is the greatest obstacle to taking advantage of what grace has to offer. Moment to moment, grace presents its opportunities and delivers its instructions for how to live your life. If you aren't aware that grace is doing this, you may miss those opportunities or instructions, which manifest as intuitions and subtle inner drives, urges, impulses, and inspiration. If you're lost in your thoughts, which are your ego's thoughts, about what you should do and how your life should look, you'll miss how your life is actually unfolding right in front of you. Your life is being given to you and being shown to you moment to moment. Your life is happening to you on its own, but you are free to choose to try to create another life, one the ego imagines or fantasizes about, or one that someone else is living or seems to be living, like on TV. You can live inside your head, in your ideas about yourself and your life, or try to, or you can live the life you are being given. You are given a particular life to live. You have quite a lot of choice within the life you're given. You even have the choice to reject the life you are given. But you aren't given the choice to live a completely different life, someone else's life. People suffer so greatly over not being able to have someone else's life. They believe they can make their life be anything they want. When they discover they can't, they're disappointed and angry with life and with themselves. But that suffering is unnecessary. Everyone can find happiness. When you live the life that is meant for you, you'll be content. This contentment is how grace rewards you for saying yes to it and finding your place in the universe. Thank you for being here in this universe. I am with you always.